Welcome, neighbor. No, just kidding. So today is Theory Thursday, and I thought I'd talk about jazz chords, seventh chords, based on theory and knowledge and piano, because piano is Momma. So I think being a guitar player who plays piano, I am rusty. I haven't done it since my days at Berkeley, but I'm getting back into it because I have some really good students right now who are kind of pushing me to be like, ooh, I should make sure that I'm on top of my stuff. So I've been practicing more recently, and I encourage everyone to learn a bit of piano because it will help you with everything. As my old teacher said, it's Momma. It's the mother of the instruments. It has them all. It's a percussion instrument that ranges from deep bass to piccolo as far as tone register, note register. So I think it's crucial that everyone at least understand it. And so here it is. So when you're on a piano, you're reading both clefs, which kind of seems like a bummer at first when you're just a guitar player who doesn't read at all. That was a jab at guitar players. Sorry. I'm one. All right. I'm allowed to make the jab. Anyway, so on this, you have the entire range of the instrument. Well, above and below it, you have the entire range of the instrument. And a scale generally will look like this. And this is a C scale, starting on middle C and going up diatonically, which means note by note in the scale. Now, in this other video that I have above, you can check out the intervals and which ones are half steps and which ones are whole steps. I think I have that in the video. If I don't, it won't show up above, and I'm a liar. Anyhow, what we're working on today is we're going to talk about how to make first a triad and then a seventh chord, the jazz chord. Then we're going to talk about inverting those so that they look cooler and sound cooler. Well, different at least. All right, to make chords, just to keep it basic, and there's many ways to make chords, but to make a standard, very basic chord, you want a root, a third, a fifth, and then maybe a seventh if you want it to be jazzy. All right, so here we have the root that is C, the third that is E, the fifth is G, and if we want to add a seventh, we can throw that B in on top. That would look like this, and it would be jazzy. So you'll notice I'm skipping over a note every time. Root, skip a note to the third, skip a note to the fifth, and skip a note to the seventh. When I say skip a note, I'm talking about diatonically, so I mean skip the next white key in the key of C. We'll talk about sharps and flats on another episode, but this one I really want to get into these chords. The bottom of these three notes is called a triad, and we've talked about this before when I talked about the major and minor chords. That's this video up above. And essentially, that's your basic chord. When you see like G or C just written on a piece of paper, that's what that is. It's a root, it's a third, and it's a fifth. It's these three notes. And actually, these three notes down here, right? So I've taken my root, put it on the bottom. I've taken my third, I've put it in the middle. And I've taken my fifth and put it up top. If I wanted to make that a seventh chord, I would simply just add a B right to the top of that. Just like this. Let me just drag this guy over there real quick. See how easy, oops, it's crooked. See how easy that was? Boom, now I have a C major 7 chord. Because I've just taken that B from right there and brought it down on top of the C and the E and the G, making it a major 7 chord. So it's no longer a triad because I've added that seventh. It's a 7th chord. And that's the beginning of your jazz voicings. Now, to make them sound kind of cooler, we use inversions. All inversions are is you're taking the bottom note and putting it up top, like this. So on this diagram, I have the first inversion, which essentially all I'm doing to invert a chord is I'm taking the bottom note right here, C, and I'm putting it up top where this C would be. So that's what you get here. I've taken this note away and put it up top. So that's first inversion. Second inversion, I do the same thing. I take the next bottom note and I put it up top, right? So this next bottom note, E, is now up here in the top of the treble clef, an E. And so on and so forth. With the third inversion, I take this next one, G, and put it up top. So now my bottom note is B, and then C, and then E, and then G. And so on and so forth. Well, actually, it goes right back to this one, but just up an octave higher. You can do this on guitar. If you're a guitar player and you're following this and you've made it this far, first of all, like the video. I find that very few people like the video. Lots of people watch it, but they never like it. Do I not do stuff that's good? Come on, guys. Come on. Hit the like button. Anyway, so as you go up here, you just keep bringing each one up an octave, and it inverts it. And you can do that on guitar as well. But essentially, on piano, it sounds like this. This would be your root position, major 7 chord. And then I would invert it by taking this C and putting it up top, and I'd have this. It's kind of like the, what's that called? That one. Anyway, then I could take this bottom note and bring it up. That's one of my favorite inversions. I don't know why. I think it's this flat 9 in the middle. I love the tension in the middle there. It's like surrounded by beauty. Anyway, then you can take this last bottom note up, and you have that inversion. And then you can just bring it back to the first position again. So that's it, folks. That is your Theory Thursday. And tomorrow I will see you hopefully for Functional Friday. It's been busy at the shop, like ridiculously busy. So I'm sorry, the content has kind of dipped a little bit here. Stick with it. I've got some great stuff coming up. I've got an epic movie that I want to do that's going to take like weeks to film. So stick around, like, subscribe, tell your friends. I'm doing giveaways. I'm going to talk about a giveaway tomorrow. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Functional Friday.